Um, I did mention this movie a few times, so I'm finally going to do a breakdown of my opinion on it. I'm not saying that this is what Jim Henson meant when when he was making and directing and all this movie. I'm just telling you my opinion about it because I've said my opinion about it before, and some people have agreed, and some people have thought, oh, that's a very interesting way of looking at that movie. So I might make a thing of doing break my own opinions about movies because they did, whether you like it or not, movies did play a big role. And now, for personally for myself, they did. Growing up, you always looked forward to going to the movies, like Teenage Mutant Hero Turtles. Um, just general, you just love going to the movies because it's like escapism for the 2.5 hours or whatever. But I do believe that some movies are telling us something about the human race, and I think once again, personally, my opinion, I think Jim Henson was telling the world about the ones who rule over everything and who the ones who make the rules. In the movie The Dark Crystal, it's royalty that's in charge of everything. Now, I will say as well, before you go ahead and watch any more of this video, to go and watch the movie, the 1982 released movie, before watching the rest of this, because there's going to be some spoilers, like big spoilers. They also released, his daughter also released Age of Resistance, The Dark Crystal, The Age of Resistance, which is still on Netflix. It's only one season. Netflix wouldn't let her do season 2 or 3, and she has them there ready to go, but Netflix won't let her share them for some reason. They're saying, I think they said that it didn't get enough following or watches, while up on Netflix season 1, but I'd say it did because it's a really good TV program. It's a good story, should I say? It's a good story. Um, so basically, what happens in the movie, right at the very start, there's a planet called Thra, and these people here, if you can see the mouse, these people here, these are called Gelflings. Now, this is the original movie here, this one, right? This shot here is out of the original movie. I can't go up anymore. So these two, Rian and I'll think of her name now in a second. It'll come to me. It always does when I'm talking about them. But so there's a planet called Thra, and they're the native people. They're called the Gelflings. But then the Skeksis come down, right? Now, these are the Skeksis here. And when they first land on planet, they split into two. They split into a good side and an evil side. Skeksis being the evil side. The good side is the Uru, which is these guys. They're really low to the ground. They got 4 arms, but they're like shamans. They're like real shamanistic. They live off the land, and all this. What you take, you give back type of attitude. That's the Uru. And like they go around doing these chants like and it's real peaceful, but they all sync together. So that's what happens, right? The Skeksis come down onto Thra and they split, right? They're called something else when they're combined. I'll pin it. It's some like god, like reference to God. But the Skeksis break left, they're the evil, and the Uru are the good side, right? So the Skeksis then, their next step is finding how they can prolong their lifespan. That's their whole goal, is to prolong their life. They want to live forever, right? The Skeksis, they want to live forever and rule forever. Because you see, when they came down from the stars, the Gelflings seen them as gods, like gods from above, So we must worship them and pay homage to them, and they do. Every couple of months, the Skeksis will roll their big chariot out of the castle, which looks proper evil. I'll show you now in a minute. But they roll the chariot out and visit the towns, the Gelfling towns, and all the Gelflings pay homage to them. Some even giving up like family heirlooms that have been in the family for generations. But as long as you can pay homage to the Skeksis, you're seen as a good citizen. It's mad. Like the Gelflings are that brainwashed by these Skeksis that they serve them. Like the Gelfling are their own personal bodyguards and everything. Anyway, so they split then, right? And the Skeksis do that, blah blah blah. They try prolong their life, and they find out that they can harness the dark crystal itself. They can harness this thing, right? This is the dark crystal here. It's in the earth. It's in the earth in Thra, and the Skeksis find it, and they know that they learn that they can leech energy from it to prolong their life, and they test it, and the one who's the king at the time, he drinks it, and all of a sudden all the wrinkles go, and he's like, "Oh my god, it works!" No, he didn't say, "Oh my god," he just said, "It works, more of it, more of it." So time goes on, and they're slowly but surely there's a crack developing in the crystal, and it finally cracks. Doesn't fall apart, but they lose the ability to drain the essence out of it, so they have to find another way. That's when they start hunting these guys. They find out that if they point the crack in the crystal, at the Gelflings, that they can drain the Gelflings' energy like this. See the line going in, and it hits their eyes, and it drains their essence. And then when they turn the crystal off, the essence goes down some tubes, and they ingest it, and it works. They have this big celebration, like it's working. So they're draining the essence out of the Gelflings to stay young, right? Whereas the Gelflings just want to live in harmony with the earth. Like your woman, the one I showed you there, this one here. Does it say her name there? I can't think of her name. It's a cool name, but she can speak to the animals and everything. Like she's really in tune with the earth. In the TV program, it's this one here, and she's an ancient race of Gelfling that live underground, that had lived through harsher times on Thra, so they all went underground. But the whole point of the TV program, the series on Netflix, is around this one here, because she's like she sees the prophecy and everything. This one, so that's what they do, right? They find out that they can drain the essence out of Gelfling, right? But upon finding this out, Rian, right, he is hiding in the ceiling, and the first Gelfling they drain is one of his best friends, and she's like she's a military person in the movie, and he sees it, and when he sees his friend's essence just being drained out of her, it's really horrible scene. Like it's a really dark scene when you see it happen. I know they're just puppets, but you see that reaction. You see them all like full blood in their face and everything, right? Like real, like plum. Their faces are real plum, like real like shiny, and their jawbones and everything. But then when you see them getting drained like that, it slows down, and you slowly see their cheekbones sink in and everything. It's a really weird thing to watch. Just because you see a thing's life force leaving in front of you. But Rian sees it, and he gasps, or he lets out a cry or a moan, because it's one of his best friends that just died. And the Skeksis see him in the ceiling, and they chase him out of the castle, and he runs away. Now the Skeksis, like I said, they're revered as like gods, or like royalty, right? So they send out all messengers to say, nobody go near this Gelfling called Rian, because he has a disease, and if you go near him, you'll catch the disease. Now that's a bit, where everything that's happened in the last 4 years. Don't stay 6 feet apart now. Don't go near him, you'll catch the disease. Do you know what I mean? But I thought that was weird. So so he gets out of the castle, and the guys, the Skeksis, send out messages, don't go near him. He has a disease, and you'll catch it if you go near him. Now, they know the reason they say don't go near him, or don't interact with him, or touch him or anything, is because Gelflings have this ability where they can put their, so that's Rian's hand. This would be another Gelfling's hand. They can do this thing where they put their hands like this close, and they can see each other's memories that they had. So if they witness something and it's still in there, they don't have to say it with dialogue. They can just put their hands together and show each other. That's the real reason the Skeksis didn't want other Gelflings. I forget what they call it. I think they call it like it's not daydreaming, but it's something else, right? That's why they didn't want other Gelflings looking at it, because your memories don't lie. And if other Gelflings seeing Rian's memory of his friend being drained by essence by the royalty, then the Gelflings are going to believe, because they know your memories don't lie. So that's what they did, right? They put the big hit out on him, yeah. And do you know what? I'm gonna do a part 2 on this, because I feel that there's so much more that I need to get out, but I need to structure it a little bit better. So if you've enjoyed this little movie breakdown, just say so in the comments, and I'll do a part 2 on it, and we'll take it from there. And if it picks up, like, I'll do it. I don't mind doing little movie breakdowns, say my own opinion on it, because with the Dark Crystal, everything I just said is my opinion about it. Okay, before people start losing their shit. But I just thought it was very, and it's one of these things, right? This movie was 1982, and I first seen it when I was about 6 or 7, so about 1988. But it always stayed in my head, always stuck in my head, and I remember practically every scene in the movie. There's movies that just can have a profound meaning for you, but it might take you a few years to truly understand what it means. And I'm being honest, I think with the Dark Crystal, I think Jim Henson was trying to show us all what happens with royals, or these people that are anointed by gods on planet Earth. I think he was trying to show you what they are, what they're truly all about. So yeah, I'll do a part 2. Let me know if you want a part 2, and I'll do a part 2 on